What's up, guys? Tomcat here, and today I'm bringing you another Forza Horizon Rally video. This is Stage 3 and Stage 4, I believe, of the Beaumont Rally. You can see we're still in our Ford Escort Cosworth, and basically I wanted to talk a little bit about how I'm still getting used to this this pack. It's not exactly pick up and play to the point where you'll be winning races right off the bat. I mean, I do actually win this race, which, to be honest, I was very surprised that I actually won this race. But, I mean, then again, I used a lot of rewinds this time around, so, I mean, it's still sort of a win, and that was, like, serious two-wheel action. But anyway, so, while the rally tires do make it a little easier to handle, it's not exactly pick up and play-ish, and please don't dislike because of the amount of rewinds. I'm still getting used to this, still getting used to the style of just driving off-road in general. Now, someone asked me to drive the Subaru Impreza, the new Subaru Impreza that they added in the DLC, and I'm thinking of actually doing a review of all of the new rally cars, and I think that would be pretty cool. Somebody else told me in the comments to lift up a Raptor and jump it. I think that would be so fun. Thank you for the suggestion. I have some crazy ideas for the Raptor. The only problem, I think, with the Raptor would be getting it around all of these super tight corners. And these are the scariest sections when you have trees on both sides. To me, that's the scariest, because you know that with trees on both sides, if you go into just one of those trees, your entire rally is pretty much ruined. Especially, I mean, if you're going through these with rewind completely off, then, I mean, trust me, you get really freaked out going through the tree sections. Now, this is one of the stages, the same stages that we raced on in the last video, but in reverse. And like I said in the last video, you really feel like you're on a different course. Turn 10 and Playground Games did a really good job of making you feel like, making the courses feel different. But even if you're going, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're going forward or backward, they still feel different. And I think that's really actually unique, because not many games actually make you can't race on the same track just in a different direction and feel like you're on a different track. So I think they did a really great job making the tracks diverse, and not exactly diverse, but just well made in general. These are good rally tracks. But then again, you know, Playground Games has a long history with rallying, and I love the bridges. The wood bridges are an absolutely awesome touch. That is by far one of my favorite touches. Now, I have not gotten to night rallies yet, and I'm expecting the night rallies to be crazy. I mean, if it's scary going through tree sections in the daytime, dudes, can you imagine doing a rally stage with trees on both sides and, you know, hills and crests at night? I mean, that's just freaking crazy. I mean, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I'm debating also taking that tire off my roof. I think it looks a bit ugly. I thought it made my car look a little bit more rally-like, but I'm debating just taking it off, because I think it looks kind of, well, like I said before, ugly. Ugly. Now, this is also done with traction control and stability control completely off. And I think that's the best way to experience this kind of thing, because, you know, the Rally Expansion Pack, because if you think about it, rally cars don't have those either. You know, rally cars don't have any traction control or stability control that I know of. I mean, they might, but I'm not exactly the biggest, I'm not exactly, you know, extremely knowledgeable in rally cars. You can ask me about drifting, but don't ask me about rally cars, because I probably won't have the answer you want for your question. I mean, you can ask me about Forza stuff in the comments, but in real-life rally cars, I'm a little sort of rusty. I used to know more because I played rally games on the PC, but, I mean, and that actually brings up an interesting point, because this feels like that. I was actually expecting it to feel a lot like dirt, which it sort of does, but it also, at the same time, really reminds me of those classic rally games that I used to play on the PC years and years ago, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because I can't even remember what those games were called. I just remember that they were quite fun. They were just really, really, really fun, and I remember spending hours playing those games and just really being, you know, sucked into the gameplay and the just the racing and all of the different aspects of it. That was before any of them really used customization or anything like that. You just picked a car, picked a rally car, and you just raced. And it was just, back when, you know, I was little, I thought that was like the funnest thing ever, just to pick a car and race off-road. And this feels like that to me. Maybe that's why I like this pack so much. Maybe that's why I've been enjoying it so much. And that back there was an example of one of the big dips you get in this pack. You get bigger jumps and bigger dips than you've ever gotten before in any of the other off-road races. It really shows. You can tell. Trust me. You can tell when you get those super high jumps and dips, because they added this weird element of flight almost. It's kind of odd how they add that feeling, but you kind of feel like you have this sense of flying through the air for a few seconds. It's kind of cool, and knowing that you have to stick the landing every time is always there in the back of your head whenever you go off of one of those jumps. You know you got to stick the landing, because if you don't stick the landing, you could either mess it up and spin around, or crash into a tree, or spin, dig your wheels in, and roll. So there's always that motivation, to make sure that you stick those jumps. And the crests, I believe this crest has a turn just after it. No, never mind. That was the hill and a dip. But yeah, you can see how there's that little tiny ditch at the bottom of the dip, and it really, really messed up my handling. You can see right there, it sends you back up. It's a tiny little jump. And it's little details like that that make these races interesting. I mean, if a race is too easy, then it gets boring. I'll be honest, if a race is too easy, it gets boring. Trust me, these are not too easy. They are nowhere near too easy. Nowhere near too easy. I mean, if you're interested in a challenge, then buy this pack just for that, because trust me, it's a pretty decent challenge. Now, I know I said I was going to be doing a open lobby tonight. That's going to have to be postponed because to, I guess, yeah, tomorrow night, because I've had a tremendous amount of work, yes, at my real job. My real job, I've had a tremendous amount of work, and I, you know, just had enough time to get this commentary out, and it's just a little crazy right now. So I will be able to do a open lobby tomorrow night, though, and hopefully I can figure out how the online for the rally pack works, so we can play that online, because I would love to get a bunch of my subscribers in for that. That would be so much fun to do. And that was probably the highest jump I've ever done in the pack. That was like ever done in this pack. Like, maybe that was like, I don't know, 2.5, maybe even 3 seconds of airtime. More like 2.5 seconds. And 2.5 seconds doesn't sound like much, but it does feel like it when you're racing. It really does feel like you're getting some pretty serious air. And that's, again, that's, you know, just, and you can see I finished 7th place. You never really know, like, I mean, I suppose you do know because you see the checkpoints and stuff while you're going along, but I don't know, I'm still getting used to it. So if you guys enjoyed this little video, then make sure you click that like button, tell me in the comments below what you thought of it, and if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button for more videos.